Okay, I hope all is well. I was watching a YouTube video from a CEO. I don't know her name and I can't find the video again. So I'm trying to find a way to quote her. And she was talking about her number one pet peeve or the number one like strength or like big initiative that she brings to her business. Now, she's in a global enterprise company. And what she talked about was her biggest pet peeve are those that squander 1 week. 1 week is 2% of the entire year. And so what she was talking about is internal employees will say, yeah, we'll get to that next week, or can we have a meeting in 2 weeks? And she's like, hold on a second. You're willing to throw away 4% of a year just because you can't figure this out tomorrow or 3 days from now. You have to wait 2 weeks. Why? Just because you're so used to creating buffering in your calendar. And that she reframed it like, would you be willing to throw away 4% of your salary or 4% of your profit right now just because you were too lazy to tighten up your calendar and get the initiative moving in 3 days rather than in 2 weeks? And it kind of reminds me, I'll tell a quick story. In my first agency, Sales for Life, all we ever serviced was the global enterprise. So all of our customers were the biggest software companies, primarily software companies in the world. And I would hear this saying, which is, if a hurricane was coming in from offshore, there are only two types of boats that would survive: the ocean liner, too big to fail, and the speedboat, nimble enough to get out of the way. Every other type of boat gets washed out, and we're in that type of economy that is slowly washing out businesses. One of our customers at that time, one of the largest software companies on the planet, had been deploying social selling enablement to their sales professionals for a year or two. And they had decided, I can't even remember the year, maybe it was like 2017. They said, we want to run an experiment. We're actually going to take social selling off for the year. I said, well, what do you mean take it off for the year? We actually just want to see the negative impact it has to our sales professionals. We're not going to give them a sales enablement program. We're not going to use sales enablement tools to be able to share content for them. We're going to pull away their LinkedIn Sales Navigator. We just want to see the negative effects. Now, that is a company that makes billions of dollars that can afford a tsunami, which was social media, and they had thousands of sellers. So the social media wave was going to hit them. They didn't care. They knew that the ship, like, this company made so much money that taking a year off, like, they truly did think in years and decades. That's fine. I was, as a small business owner, I was flabbergasted. I'd never seen anything like this because, and I was very vocal about this. Like, you have to imagine, as a small business owner, 1 week feels like a quarter to you guys. Like, 1 week in my life, the number of things that happen in 1 week would be mind blowing to an enterprise employee who maybe works on this one thing all year. I work on 6 things a day. And anyways, so the long of the short is, the best advice that I have seen on the internet this year is that every week is 2%, 2% of your year, 2% of your profits, 2% of your growth. Ironically, that's kind of the pace I've been trying to grow Get Leverage at, which is 2% compounded weekly. I want to keep growing if I can. And I know that the law of big numbers will eventually get me. But this concept of every week is that important. Every 7 days, I have to bring enough horsepower of new prospects, new customers, new ideas, new campaigns. I can't be afraid to try new things because every week it's going to need that level of intensity to get somewhere. So next time that you think, oh, I'll push off that idea to next quarter, or I'll meet them in a couple weeks, recognize you just traded away 4% of a year, 6%, 8% of a year, just because you might have one or two other things going on, and I get it, but could you not have put other resources in place, other people in place to get those initiatives going? Because every week that you are not getting something, planting a tree and moving it forward, maybe it's podcasts, videos, Maybe you needed to run a new campaign, prospect on LinkedIn, whatever your company needed to do. Every week you don't do that. You threw away 2%. That's 2% of action and activity. 2% could be of sales, 2% of profit. That's a lot of money when you think of the opportunity cost, what every day and every week is worth in your business. I hope you found this valuable.